Hello, welcome to our live stream. We have a full, at least 1 hour lesson today, practicing English. And every week I love to offer you a different type of topic. The topic this week happens to be safari. Excuse me, all 6 of you who've already joined. I need to do something where you can be in a group before the lesson. Yeah. So anyway, happy to have you all here. And yeah, we're talking about going on safari. More specifically, the safari that I went on in Tanzania about 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, I guess. And we're going to talk about animals. Hello, Dick. Happy to have you here on YouTube. Wonderful. We'll talk about animals. We'll talk about people. We'll talk about all kinds of different things. This is a continuation of the lesson that we had yesterday on Instagram. If you don't already follow my account, I'm English with Jen, as you see right here. And hello, Mohammed. Nice to have you from the very beginning too. And every week I'm here, I offer you English. So if you are looking to improve your English through vocabulary, idioms, stories, conversation questions, this is kind of a good spot to be. Let me turn up my color here. There we go. So welcome to everyone. I will stop the banner. Feel free to like this. Ciao, Alessio. Hey, Gracie, dear. Feel free to like this because that shows the algorithm that we are kind of a cool place to be. Hugs to you, and hello, Lorena, and hello to Yuki. So we have our familiar faces here and maybe some new ones as well. And feel free, for those of you who are new, my lessons are really not the traditional where the teacher talks and it's like, it's really like, I want to hear what you have to say. So with that in mind, then let's our first conversation question today. Let me pop up my information and get us going. We are going to start with talking about cheetahs, okay? So let me turn this sucker off and let's start with this. Actually, I will do the other one in a minute. Let's start with cheetahs. So let's do a 2-minute brainstorm, and I'm going to get my phone because I can't get my other timer to work. So 2-minute brainstorm about anything that you know about cheetahs. What can you tell me about cheetahs? So anything that comes to mind, let's do a little brainstorm. I'm going to turn my timer on. And let's go. Clock and timer and 2 minutes, 2-minute brainstorm about cheetahs. And I have a bunch of information. Maybe you say, you know what? I don't know anything about cheetahs. They eat a lot. Exactly. Hey, Yelena. Hello, hello. They have spots. Good, good. I found it was really interesting because I didn't realize somehow the spots. Could you write the item? Absolutely. It's the animal cheetah. Hold on. Skin with polka dots and colors. Exactly. Cheetah. Absolutely, Dick. Here you go. Cheetah. Oops. YouTube rejected your comment. It's try changing it a bit. Okay. So, maybe they thought I meant cheetah, like a person cheating. That's strange. Okay. Cheetah. Hold on, and this will be like a little extra info. They won't let me put my comment up here. Cheetah, the cat, okay, or the feline. They run so fast, right? They're the fastest ones, the fastest of the felines, right? Of the felines, the cat, the cheetah, the cat. There we go. So Dick, that's for you, and hello, Hitoko. I think that's you. So cheetah, the cat. You're welcome. And question again, popping that one up. I'm not sure. I think a cheetah is a cheetah in German too, I want to say. I'm not sure. All right. Hello, Michaela, darling. What do you know about cheetahs? We have a 2-minute brainstorm session talking about the animal cheetahs. So I guess I have to say that so YouTube doesn't censor me. So ridiculous, but okay. Let's see, we have 51 seconds. Anything that you know? We said they're fast, they have spots. I was going to tell you that a cheetah, it's very funny. On the outside, they have this gorgeous orange and sort of brown color, brown spots. But on the inside, it kind of looks like their creator forgot to paint them. They're sort of white and black. So I'm sort of like, they look like a coloring book that hasn't been finished on the inside. Alessio says feline, exactly. So they're in the species of feline, and they're the fastest one. They're the fastest of the felines, absolutely. And other than that, we have 13 seconds, so get your answers in, and I will pop up our first quiz here. Actually, I think I have to, oh no, I think I'm okay. Make sure. No, we're good, we're good, we're good. I thought it was on 2 live streams here, but okay. Okay. So that's it. I'm going to pop up, like we did yesterday, extra information. It's a hunter animal, exactly. So it's a predator, and it's part of the cat family. Exactly. Super Dick. They lay in trees. That's true. That's true. That's true. So they're one of the few cats that are in trees. And there were supposed to be some lions that like to sleep in trees, but we didn't get to see that. That was last year, but we did not see. All right, moving up on to some facts about cheetahs, all right? So let's see, facts about cheetahs, and here we go. Let me remove whatever that was. And, oh, hold on, let me find this. Let me remove my banner, and we have like a true false quiz like we had yesterday about the animal cheetah. And why is this not, okay. Aha, I think I accidentally created as another person. All right, maybe that comes in handy one day. I have no idea. All right, okay, never mind. So here are facts about cheetahs. I need to boogie on over here to the right so that you can see the facts about cheetahs. Endangered species, absolutely. Very, very cool, exactly. Hello to you. Fidel Fulu. So number 1, true or false? Is this true or false? Yes or no? Cheetahs are the fastest land animals, reaching speeds up to 100 kilometers per hour. For those of you who do miles per hour, that's 62 miles per hour. So what do you think? Are they the fastest though? Are they the fastest land animal? True or false? True. Michaela's got a true for me. Mohammed's got a true. What can you tell me? Serena, hey, darling. Serena's got a true. Karina, hello to you, Karina, dear. So true. Okay, so far everyone is saying number 1, for those of you who just joined, that it's true. Gracie's got true. Okay. So yes, this is true. A little extra info. Cheetahs can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour. That's 97 kilometers per hour in a few seconds. That's crazy. Faster than most sports cars. Their speed helps them catch prey, fast prey like gazelles. The only thing is that, oh wait, I can't tell you that. All right, number 2. What can you tell me about number 2? Female cheetahs usually live in large social groups called prides. What can you tell me? Large social groups called prides. Where are we going with this? For number 2. And yesterday we said that lions live in prides, and yeah, 97 kilometers from 0 to 60 seconds, they reach that. That's so crazy. I really do not want to be around a hungry cheetah. No, thank you. Yes, but they're false. Okay, so Hitoka's going with false. Alessia's going with false. Serena's got false for me as well. Yuki, Diek, true. Okay, so 1 true. Michaela, false. Yelena, false. Lorena, okay. Okay, so the answer is, Karina's going with false. So for those of you, the majority of you who answered false, you are correct, okay? Female cheetahs are usually solitary. I will write this word. This is a good word. Solitary is when you like to live on your own. In solitude, you also have this word, solitary, meaning on their own. And so they typically live in, as solitary animals. I will pop this up here just so for those of you who are watching the replay, you can see it easily. And yeah, except when raising cubs. Males, on the other hand, usually form small groups called coalitions. So they do that. They try to group together and they form a coalition. And yeah. All right. So what about number 3? Cheetahs can only maintain their top speed for 20 to 30 seconds. What do you think? Top speed, 20 to 30 seconds, and that's it. A solitary alone, exactly. You have also the word in the prison system, when somebody does something bad, when they are in jail, they're in solitary confinement, where they have to stay alone in a room. Sounds completely like torture. But anything that's on its own, a solitary. A diamond ring that's just one diamond, a solitaire. So lots of different ways. Solitary, hunters, attacked by surprise. Okay, so here come our answers. I have false from Hitoko, dear. Natalia's got a false for me. Michaela, false. Dick, false. All right, cheetahs number 3 can only maintain their top speed for 20 to 30 seconds. Okay, so the majority of you, or everyone actually, has answered for number 3, false, and you're all wrong. It's actually true. Hey, Morin. So it's actually true. So cheetahs, they can reach this intense, very, very high speed in less than 60 seconds, but they cannot maintain it for a long time. So when they hunt, when they choose, they have to be really correct, because they cannot afford to just run and run and run. Number 3 is actually true. They can only maintain this super, super fast speed for 20 to 30 seconds, and that's it. Do I have any extra? So after a high-speed chase, cheetahs overheat, so they get way too hot quickly and need to rest before attempting another sprint. This is why they rely on being able to stalk their prey properly. So when they go for it, they have to hope that it's going to be exactly for less than a minute, 20 to 30 seconds. All right, number 4, their claws are retractable. So if you can retract something, you can pull it in. If you think of like a knife, like an X-Acto knife where you can cut, you can pull it down, and it's retractable. Anything that you can pull in is retractable. And so lions, they have the claws that are in, and then they can go out. So the same thing, is this the same case for their claws are retractable like lions and leopards? What do you think? Hello, Natalia, darling. So Gracie's going with true. All right. Any other answers? What do you think? For number 4, for those of you who just joined, we're on number 4. Their claws are retractable, meaning they can go in. They're not always sticking out. Hitoko says false. Dick says true. Gracie's got true. And I want to find, I don't know where this is. So Fidel is going with true. Semi-retractable. Ooh, Michaela, like that. Okay, so Margarita, hello dear. You've got a true for me. Yuki's got a true for me. And I have the answer is actually false. And let me see, because I wanted to show you. This is a cool way when you go on safari and you see these paw prints in the dirt, that you can tell the difference between a leopard and maybe a cheetah and a lion and leopard, because the cheetah's claws are still out, which is similar to a dog and a hyena. They cannot retract them. So this answer is false. They're always kind of sticking out. And I had a nice little photo that I might have accidentally deleted, showing, I think I deleted it, showing the different paw prints so that you can see that. Let me see if I can find it and pull it back up. Ah, pity. Okay, I don't know where it is. Aha, here we go. Okay, so this shows you a lion, a leopard, and, oh wait, hold on. Leopard, yep. Lion, leopard, a normal house cat, and a tiger. And so you can see the leopard's prints, the leopard's claws are always retractable when you see their footprints. So that's one way of telling that a leopard has just walked by. Also kind of interesting with the cats is they have this shape at the bottom of their paw. And I think that with dogs and stuff that they have more of like something going down there. It looks more like an M than this. Okay, so a little extra note. In case you go on safari, you can spot the lions and the leopards, tell them apart. And the last one, number 5. So the black tears. So you can see here in the picture, they have these lines that go down like the little black lines right here. What are those for? These tear marks under their eyes help reduce the glare from the sun, or is it like maybe something that shows that they were, oh, I'm glad you like this. Oh, good, good, good. So yeah, is it something that shows that maybe that they have had sorrow, that they're literally tears? Is it something of that nature? Do you think it's true or false? Let's see. And I'm going back to our info. The black tear marks under their eyes help reduce the glare of the sun. Is this true or false? What do you think? Okay, Serena's got a false. Hitoko's got true. What else? Anybody else have a guess? So the answer is actually, it is true. Yes, Karina, you're right. So all of you who said true, you are correct. These tear shapes down their face help them to focus also on prey during the long distance hunts and gives them better accuracy, exactly more, and it's true. It helps them to be able to chase the animals because the sun is not in their eyes, it reflects away from it, away from their eyes, from them. Okay, so this is this, and I have a very cute story for you. Let's do the story first, and then I will share with you the video. So kind of like what we did yesterday, these are all things that I experienced when we were in Tanzania just recently. And yeah, so very, very sweet. So very cute. Hold on, sorry. So here is this. Let me go back to here, and then we can concentrate on just the story. So let's listen to the story. Don't try to focus on every single word. Try to get the big picture. Just try to understand the sense of it, okay? And we can go through it. I will read it again. If there are words that you're not quite sure about, you can write them down or just listen, and we will talk about it in a minute, okay? So here is the story. I feel like my picture is kind of strange. I noticed in the replay yesterday that everything is a little bit strange. I hope it's okay. If y'all could give me a little feedback, that would be great. But here's our story about cheetahs. So this was our experience in Tanzania. We stumbled across a cheetah mother with 5 cubs. A large litter, thank you, Serena, a large litter for a cheetah and a tough job to raise alone. The cubs were still dependent on her for food. So we quietly watched, waiting to see if she would wake and hunt. The cubs played, practicing their hunting skills, and soon all 6, hunting skills until the mother joined them, cuddling and purring. Suddenly, one cub heard something, and soon all 6 were alert. Other cats can be dangerous, not for food, but to protect their territory. It turned out to only be a small serval. All right, so let me know in the comments, how much did you understand? 0%, 100%, anything in between. You can tell me things that you understood about the story. Maybe there were things you didn't and you're not quite sure, but we will kind of go through the story together, especially since I did not offer you vocab 70. Yeah, it's more difficult when you don't have the vocab in the beginning, right? But it's a good thing. Let's practice this sometimes where we don't have vocabulary in the beginning, because I think it also helps. 75. Okay, so these are lower scores than usual, and that does not surprise me because we did not have vocab, but we'll go through it. No worries. No worries. In fact, I wonder, let's do this, actually. I'm going to try to turn this into a picture that I can share with you. I'll share this story. All right, let me try to put this over, and then maybe we can go through it together, reading it and highlighting words, 50-50. No worries, no worries. But it's interesting, right? You don't have, this is one of the first times that we've ever done a story where we did not have the vocabulary first. So it's interesting to see. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make myself teeny tiny. Oh, I hope that worked. Let's see what this says. I think that this is okay. Is that gonna work? Hold on. Let me move myself, make myself tiny. 30%. Oh, okay. Because of your connection. Maybe it's my connection, dear. I have no idea. Oops, I have no idea what's, no. Remind me later. Okay. So hold on, let me do this 30%. Okay, we're gonna go through it together. No worries whatsoever. Let me remove this and try to add this other, what? Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Okay. Image file, and let me see if I can open this. If that's gonna work. It's not. Okay, I wanted to open up the story for us. Let me see if I can. I'm trying to be clever here. It's not working. All right, we're gonna go through it a little bit. Let me see, why is that not opening? I'm gonna try to send myself again. PNG, let's see if this will work. All right, and why is it not? Let me try to do it through here. Because I think it would be really helpful for us to be able to read the text together. And that's also kind of a new thing that maybe we can do sometimes. Let me see if that's going to work. Oh, I hope. Fingers crossed. Please let it work. Ta-da! Yay, cool. Awesome. Okay, so I'm super stoked. This is a fun way of doing this, I think, is that maybe sometimes we should do it like this. All right, so let's kind of go through it together. All right, we stumbled, and if you want, let me see if I can write here. Maybe I can even draw, because I could highlight words. That would be very fun. Okay, I don't think I can. So anyway, but we're back in business here. We have our text, and so here's our story. So there's a cheetah mom with 5 cubs, and we stumbled across. So to stumble across something, a nice little phrasal verb, is to kind of you find something unexpectedly. Stumble is when you trip and you might fall. But in this case, to stumble across is like you sort of accidentally come across something. Can everyone see this okay? I hope that this is fine now. Otherwise, we won't do it this way, but I think that it should be okay. Witness, yes, to stumble across something. Yeah, another way of saying that we witnessed something, that we saw something. Yes, absolutely. Great, Kaluna. All right. So we stumbled across a cheetah mother and her 5 cubs, a large, thank you, Yuki, for the feedback. A large litter for a cheetah and a tough job to raise alone. Now, a litter is what animals have, like cats and dogs have when they have a baby. So you can have a litter with 5 cubs, or you can have a litter with dogs. Maybe it has 8 puppies. So a litter is talking about the animals that were born, a litter of that. Okay, so a large litter for a cheetah and a tough job to raise alone. So cheetah moms, basically, they get impregnated and they're on their own. The cheetah dad, he's off doing his cheetah dad things, and he is absolutely 0% not concentrated on raising these cubs. She has to deal with this on her own. The cubs were still dependent on, and this should be dependent, not depended, dependent on her for food. So we quietly watched, waiting to see if she would wake and hunt. The cubs played, practicing their hunting skills. So they would try to bite each other's necks and play with each other and slap each other. It was so precious until the mother joined them. So at first the cubs were all together. The mother was on another little hill. And then at some point she came and she sat down with them. Thank you guys for the feedback. So at some point she came and sat down, and they started cuddling with her. They were so loving and so sweet. And the moms would pay attention to each one of them, and they would just all try to get her attention. And you could hear this. I hope in our video that we can hear this, but you could hear them purring. So the sound that cats make, That is a purring sound. Suddenly one cub heard something, and soon all 6 were alert. They were on guard. They were like, what is going on? So to be alert is to be awake, to be aware, because other cats can be very dangerous. So other cats don't kill the cubs for food, but they try to protect their territory. So they don't allow these cubs to get to a big age, to an old age. They try to kill them as fast as they can. But the warning, they were very good to spot a warning or to notice that something was wrong, but it turned out to only be a small serval, which is another type of cat, a very rare cat. And we will talk about that cat in a minute. I had never seen it before. You see lions and leopards and cheetahs not so much, but lions and leopards, I have seen them a lot on safari, never saw this cat. It kind of looks like a bigger house cat. So that's kind of cool. We'll talk about that one next, like I said. But yeah, so maybe we can do this as like a little follow-up vocabulary exercise. Please let me know which of the words in this text were new for you. And that will maybe help you to kind of let them sink in a little bit, because we kind of did this in a different way than we usually do. And while you're writing the words that were new, I'm going to pull up our video. Okay, so let's see. Any words that you can think of that were new, you're more than welcome to share. And I think these cubs, I can't remember exactly, but I think they were like about 8 months old, I want to say. So for you animal experts out there, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. So litter and serval. Okay, so thank you, Hotoko, for letting me know the words that were new. I wondered if stumble across maybe might have been new. Litter, I thought would be new. Maybe I'm trying to look and see. Stumbled, okay, cub, litter. Okay, the babies are cubs. So cuddling and purring. Oh, nice. Okay, cuddling is nice, and purring. Cool. All right, so we have a lot of new vocab. And this is to explain the situation. So when I show you the video now, I think that it will help to be able to explain that nicely. I'm going to try to send this over and see if I can put it within our live stream so I don't have to hold it up. Let's see if this is going to work. Again, fingers crossed. I feel kind of lucky right now that I was able to get the text popped up onto our screen. So I'm trying my luck, trying it and seeing if it's going to work. And it's downloading or uploading or whatever loading. No clue. Let's see. Excuse me. All right. Let's see. This should hopefully work. Open. Okay. Let me see if I can find it here. And remove from our studio. And let me try to open it. Stumbled, cub, purring, and serval. Okay, so a lot of you had sort of similar ones, right? All right, I need to send this in a different way. That's not working. All right, let me see. I guess that's not going to work. How do I do that normally? Let me see if I can look in the photos here. That's going to send it. Okay, I'm going to have to show you. Sorry about that. What's the meaning of, so purring is the sound that cats make when they're happy, right? Dogs bark, sometimes when they're happy, sometimes when they're upset, ruff, ruff, bark. And cats do this sound, this purring sound, where they're super happy, they're at peace, they feel comfortable. They make this purring sound. So I hope that helps. So here is our video, and it's a minute long, but it's really cute. So let me share with you exactly. So here we go. Here are our 5 cubs. I think they're about 8 months old. Again, I have to give video credit to Peter. And this is when they were not with their mom. They were just looking around and trying to figure out what's going on. But when we came across them, they were all sleeping and kind of cuddling together. And here they're all looking and seeing. This is when they spotted something. They thought there was a danger in the area. And so that everyone was looking, they were alert and aware of what was going on. You can see them all like, oh, what's going on? Are we in danger? Do we need to run? Because at some point they got really nervous and all of them ran. And the mom stayed and she looked and watched and she saw that it was just a little tiny cat. So she's kind of like, okay, guys, you can come back now. It's no problem. But this was before that. This is when they were looking around and trying to figure out what the danger was. They had picked up on something. Okay, so that's that. And then I have another one. Just wanted to, oops, okay. And this is the video of this is a little bit, woo, but this just shows you the mom is there, the baby cats, the cubs had gone away and gone in hiding, and the mom was sitting there and she had spotted the serval cat. And so this kind of gives you an idea, and it kind of leads us into our next topic, which is the serval cat. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it. But then you can kind of see that from a distance where this cat was and kind of get a feel for how big this cat is in comparison. So here's this video. If you get sick easily, then sorry about that, but here's the video. So here you see that's the mama lion. And there in the distance, you can see the little serval cat. So much, 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 much smaller. Just so you can see again, come closer. And you can see, she's like, danger is clear, coast is clear, cubs, you can come back, nothing's wrong, well spotted. Okay, so, and then were you able to see the cat? And then I think it's actually good in this, hold on, I will pause it, because it's a little grainy, but you kind of get a feel for how tiny he is. Like you see all of these rocks here, he is right there. He kind of blends in, there's a lot of camouflage going on, but you can see that he is not very big. He's like a little bit bigger than a house cat. And we had never seen him on safari, so it was really fun to be able to see him. Unfortunately, it's very grainy, but okay. You'll get to see more of this cat, I promise. All right, moving on, I think to, hold on. I think to our serval cat, but I think that I want to say I have vocabulary for you first. So, okay, that was that. We're going to talk about elephants today. No, he just uses his iPhone. The internet connection is bad today. My apologies. It's probably on my end. Are other people having issues with my internet? Let me know, please. Not that I can do anything, but I can just feel guilty about it. That will make me feel better. No. All right, let's see. We are headed to which topic? Hold on, I have so many notes here. So we did cheetahs, so now we're going to take a look at vocabulary for the serval cat, okay? Let's see. Or not. No. I have a trivia question for you. Okay. I have no, actually, we're not going to do that. We're going to do the vocabulary. So let's see. Safari 2026. We need slide number 3, and I will hop over to here so you can see it. So let's see. All right. So this is our serval cat. So he looks a lot like a normal house cat. He's just got richer, more interesting, I would say, coloring. And again, this is an interesting example of how cats are often on the outside really dark or have very interesting color. And on the inside, it's like they're a coloring book that hasn't been finished somehow. It's kind of funny like that. But I think it has to do with blending in all of these kinds of things. The serval cats have extremely large ears. So they have very, very big ears. Probably they can hear very well. And yeah, so that is with that. Hold on, let me move over here. Okay, so we have Gestational period. I will repeat this. Gestational period. Number 2, wean. Number 3, home range. And number 4, rodents. And now I am perfectly aware these are words you will not use in everyday English. It's probably not, but they're interesting to know. And it kind of gives us a nice way of being able to sort of learn new vocabulary about different things. I think that's fun. So, okay, number 1, or our definitions, excuse me. A, the area an animal usually lives in and travels around. B, small mammals like mice and rats. C, the time a baby develops before it's born, inside its mother before it's born. And that one you can also use for humans. So when a young animal stops drinking its mother's milk and starts eating solid food, another one we can use for human animals as well. So Gracie says 1 is C, gestational period. Who agrees with Gracie? With number 1 is C. What can you tell me for the serval cats? Any other guesses? Okay, so Moran is going with C as well. Hello to you, Fenria, I think. Welcome to our lesson 1C, all right. Hitoko's got C for me. Okay, everyone's going with C. Let's do C. The gestational period is C. The time a baby develops inside its mother before birth. So no idea. Okay, so we talk about the gestational period that we have for humans as well. When a woman is pregnant with a baby, the gestational period for humans, are we saying 9 months, 10 months? I don't know. I guess 10 months. Or 9, I don't know. Somebody help me here. What is the gestational period for humans? Because I don't know if you count it back or anyway, you know what I mean. The period is around that time. So what about to wean? This is a verb, to wean, for number 2. So 1 was C, number 2, wean is, I don't know if you can hear this construction here. It's insane. We have literally 3 construction sites going on here. Okay, yes, exactly, everyone. 1 is C, you're totally correct. But number 2, what can you tell me for wean? So Gracie, my dear, you're saying D. Who agrees with Gracie? To wean. Kaluna's going with 2 is D. Okay, Elena, you're right. Michaela, you're saying D. Morris going with D. Okay, so I have lots of D's. So exactly, right? To wean is D. When a young animal stops drinking its mother's milk and starts eating solid food, we use the exact same word when it comes to humans as well. Mothers wean their babies and then they start off on solid food or start on solid food. Okay, what about for number 3? So yes, so far everyone's doing very well. So 1 was C, 2 is D, 3, home range. I think that's pretty clear. Home range, what do you think? Dick's got an A for me. Kaluna's got an A. Serena. Any other guesses? Yelena? Okay, so exactly, guys, right? Home range is A, the area an animal usually lives in and travels around. So the best thing when you're on safari is because the cats are very territorial, you can kind of spot them in a certain area. You know they're going to be around a certain area. And so cats are territorial. So they have a fixed home range. And last but not least, rodents. What can you tell me about rodents? 1 was C, 2 is D, 3 is A, so 4 logically has to be B. So rodents, B, small mammals like mice and rats. So let's do this. I'm going to show you a video of them first. And then because we have, or let's do the story first and then I'll show you a video. Okay, because this is more informative. I have a very short video with this one because we spotted that cat, the serval cat. We spotted him, and let me write. Well, I guess you saw the name in the text. Exactly, 4 is B. So this is just talking about them because we got to see them a second time. And usually, like most cats, they don't really come out until it starts to get dark. And we were able to see this one during the day. And so I think it was probably the same one or from the same pride of cats. I'm guessing, because it was in a similar area to where we saw the one with the leopards. So this is our story. Here we go. I will move this. Our words: gestational period, wean, home range, and rodents. And here is the story. Again, just listen and let's see actually how much you understand it. Really doing the vocabulary words at the beginning helps so much. So here we go. After a gestational period of 2 to 3 months, the serval gives birth to a litter of 1 to 4 cubs. The young are weaned by 1 month and start hunting on their own around 6 months, leaving their mother at about 1 year. Both males and females establish overlapping home ranges of 10 to 32 kilometers. Marking them with feces and saliva. A couple vocabulary words. Masters of the hunt, servals catch about half of their prey, feeding mainly on rodents, birds, frogs, and insects. How much did you understand? 0%, 100%, anything in between. We will go over this, and if you want, I can pop the text onto the screen if you would like to see it, or we will just kind of go through it and I can read it again to you. Again, I have put together a list of the stories. So Gracie and Alessio, I will send these to you after this live stream. I'm putting the ones from yesterday and the ones from today together. So yeah, you're more than welcome. So 80%, so much better this time, right? It really helps to have the vocabulary in advance. Makes sense. It's totally logical. So 80, okay. So these are usually the numbers that we have. 40, okay, no stress, we'll go through it. No worries, we'll go through it. So, okay, gestational period, 2 to 3 months. The serval cat gives birth to a litter of 1 to 4 cubs. Today is definitely not my day. Oh, Serena, no stress, sweetie, we'll go through it. The young are weaned, so they stop drinking the mom's milk by 1 month and start hunting on their own around 6 months, leaving their mother at about 1 year. So when they're around 1 year old, then they leave their mom. That's much earlier in comparison to leopards. They leave at like 18 months or so, I think. So much later. And let's see, both male and females, they establish territories, so overlapping home ranges between 10 to 32 kilometers. So that's a pretty big distance, I think, for a little guy. He's not that big. Marking them with feces, which is poop, and saliva, which is spit. Masters of the hunt, serval catch about half of their prey. And remember, we said yesterday, lions only catch like 20 to 30% of the prey. So their hunting skills are not as good as one would think. But servals, they are masters. They get about 50%. So whatever they go after, being rodents, so rats and mice and that kind of thing, birds, frogs, and insects, they get what they're looking for. So no problem. Is everybody okay? Do you have questions? Do you have any questions that you want to ask me about the text? I will give you a second to do that. Otherwise, I will pop up my video of the serval in the day. It's a very short video because he was kind of fast and we spotted him pretty last minute, but he's really cute. I think actually I have other photos of him that I can share with you. Let me take a look and see. So if you have any questions, so this is a photo of him, and this is him, and also, and he's got, his little tail is kind of stubby, it's kind of short, and that's also him in the wild. So much smaller than the big cats. And let me pop up the video. Let me see where I have that. Where did I have that? Aye. Library. I'm not sure where I have my videos now. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Collections, da da da. Okay, there we go. Excuse me. All right. So this is our little serval guy. We were in the safari jeep riding around, and we just spotted him. He's tiny. He's a little tiny guy. And they take this guy and they breed him together with another type of cat. I can't remember what it's called, but then that breed is called a savanna cat. But these cats are really wild. I don't know if that's kind to do, to breed this wild cat and then have him living in an apartment. So our little serval guy, we were very excited. Yes, he's so cute, really cute, beautiful coloring. Okay, so that's the serval. We're moving on to elephants. Punch is popular right now. Yes, and he found a friend. I don't know if you saw that, Kaluna, but it seems like he's made some friends, so he's not alone anymore. All right, let's brainstorm right quickly about elephants. Anything that you can tell me about elements of elephants. So elephants, please let me know. So what do you know about elephants? Let me get my timer here, and we are going to see. Hold on. All right, 2 minutes. Let's go. Anything you can think of, the first things you think of when it comes to elephants. And then I have a nice little true false set of questions for us. Anything you can think of about elephants. You can tell me about elephants. Educate. I love elephants. I find them so incredibly graceful. And when you see them in real, the size of them is so impressive. So they have a loud roar. Yes, okay. Thank you, Kaluna. So they make sounds with their trumpet. They're very big. That's true. They're enormous. Another word for big is enormous, gigantic. Just to add a little vocab, enormous, gigantic. The largest land animals on Earth. Thank you. Ivory. So they have ivory tusks and they need to be protected because people like to kill them for that, unfortunately. So enormous and gigantic are synonyms for very big, just to add a little extra vocab. Enormous, gigantic, huge. They live in a group, okay. They are very smart and communicate with each other. They have this long something from their nose. Okay. Yeah, the long thing from their nose is called a trunk, like the trunk of a tree. So the trunk of a tree. And then elephants also have this little thing. This is my version of an elephant's trunk. So it's called a trunk. A trunk is also something you can put stuff in. So it has a lot of ways of being able to use that trunk. Let me pop it up on the screen for those of you who might be watching the replay. Trunk. All right, their ears are natural air conditioners. That's a cool thing. They have thick skin and no fur, and they have a trunk. Huge creations, and maybe in this case, you want to say creatures, huge creatures, trunks and ears. Let's see. Oops, that's our timer. And female elephants are quite protective about their baby elephants when they feel threatened. Absolutely beautifully worded. Trunk was my thing. And let's see if there's anything else. Oh, trunk, new fact. Yes, trunk. Trunk and ivory tusks. Exactly. So the super. So trunk is this part, and this part that comes out of their mouth, tusk. So yeah, those are the tusks. I will pop it up on the screen so people can see that vocabulary. Oops, sorry. This one. Gracie. Trunk. So, and ivory tusks. The biggest animal, no natural enemies except for humans. Exactly. Even the elephant, even the lions are kind of like, yeah, I'm not going to mess with that. That's just that guy's just too big. Forget it. All right. So I have a quiz for us, a little true, false, extra information about elephants. Let me pop it up us and let's see. I will move our banner question. And let's see what we've got. I'm always on the wrong one. Okay, let's see. Number 4. And I think I need to hop over to the right so you will be able to see this properly. They are aggressive, especially when they are mating. Yes, or have a baby. And when they're mating, especially the male is called mast. I think M-A-S-T, I want to say. And they get really very aggressive. We had that a couple of safaris ago where we had one that was kind of charging our vehicle because he felt threatened. And so it was kind of scary because they're not in a good mood. Let's see. In some places, they are used as a means of transport. Yes. Okay. So here we have some questions or some sentences here. True or false? Yes or no? What do you think? Number 1, elephants can hear sounds through their feet. Ooh, Yelena, I love that word. An herbivore. Absolutely. An herbivore only eats plants and fruits, no meat. An herbivore. And you might hear British say herbivore, Americans say herbivore. We don't really pronounce the H, but potato. Do what you want. Lord Ganesha is an elephant-shaped god. Oh, okay. I don't know. Is that an Indian god? I'm not sure. Help me out. Like a Hindu, maybe? Help me out. All right. So true or false? Elephants can hear sounds through their feet. So they use their feet to hear as well as their ears. So Hitoko's going with true. Yuki says yes. Kaluna's going with true. All right, any other answers? And then I will give you the info, the rest of the info. All right, so Yuki, yep, true. Serena, okay. So the answer is yes, it's true. This is so cool. So elephants can detect low frequency sounds called infrasounds. I think we had this yesterday. I feel like it's like deja vu. Traveling through the ground. Their sensitive feet and trunks help them listen to the vibrations, sometimes over miles. So they can hear the sounds. They do this sort of thing where they can feel the frequency of the different sounds going on, and they can know communicate with each other. I find that fascinating. Number 2, elephants can smell rain from over 30 miles away. Elephants can smell rain over 30 miles away. And 30 miles is, I guess, like, I actually have no idea. I think it's like 12 kilometers. Let's see. Let's see what the bot says. How many km? 30 miles. Let's see. So what do you think for number 2? They can smell the rain. Karina's going with true. So I'm totally wrong. The opposite direction is like 48.28 kilometers. So 48.28 kilometers. So far, everyone is saying true, and that is correct. True, question mark? Exactly. It's true. So elephants can smell rain over 30, let me tell you the kilometers, 48, I think. 48, over 48 kilometers away. And so their incredible sense of, this incredible sense helps them to find water in dry areas. So it's a skill that is crucial during long dry seasons in Africa and Asia. So this is one of their survival skills because they need water, of course. They also need it to be able to be in the mud with water and coat their skin, which they use as like a sunscreen. So it's really important for them both to drink and also to be in the sort of wet mud so they are able to smell that and protect themselves. What about this? Elephants sleep standing up all the time. So when they go to sleep, then they stand up. That's how they sleep. True or false? What do you think? 3, okay, Michaela's saying F, false. What can you tell me? Serena says false. Kaluna false. Everyone's saying false. Jack, Yelena. All right. So exactly. Number three, elephants do sleep standing up sometimes, but they also lie down for deeper sleep, usually for just a few hours each night. And I'm pretty sure probably one of them stands on guard. They're very protective of each other. So what about number four? Elephant dung, and dung is a nice word for poop. Okay, helps new plants grow. Elephant poop, elephant dung helps new plants grow. True or false? What do you think? Elephant dung helps new plants grow. So Hitoko's got true for me. Kaluna says true. For so true as our cows. Okay, for cows, the same thing with cows. Exactly. Okay, so everyone's going with true, and you're absolutely correct. We will not keep this going for much longer. So yeah, so elephant dung is full of seeds and nutrients. When they poop in the wild, it acts as a natural fertilizer and spreads seeds, helping the forest and grasslands to thrive. So when elephants eat a lot, they eat a ton of food, but they don't have a very good digestive system. So when they eat, when it comes out, it's almost in its original form. So the food that is, it's because it doesn't get digested properly. So even you will find some different, I don't know if I'm telling things, hold on. But from our guide, he said that there are some people, some of the Maasai and some other tribes, where they take elephant dung, and when they have a headache, they will burn it because it's all this natural stuff mixed with, I guess, other stuff. Same as a bird. Exactly. And they will put something over their heads and they will light it on fire and they will breathe the smoke of the elephant dung, and it helps to clear headaches. And I think also there are a lot of people who use elephant dung for different medicines. So it's considered kind of like still in its original state somehow. All right, everyone's jumped on to 5. Let's do so. Elephants are afraid of water and avoid rivers and lakes. And kind of that answers the earlier part. So some are saying false. Okay, everyone's saying false so far. And number 5, of course, is false. Elephants are not afraid of water and avoid lakes and rivers. Elephants actually love water. They bathe, swim, play in rivers and lakes, which also helps them to stay cool and clean. And they use the mud, like I said, as sunscreen. Sometimes you see elephants look really dirty, but that's just a way of them being able to sort of coat their skin so they don't get sunburned. They love water. Yes, they certainly do. And it's cute to see them playing around in the water. All right, number 6, elephants sometimes grieve for dead family members. So grieve is a word we use when someone dies and the sadness that we feel, that we express our sadness openly. So we grieve someone when they die. Do elephants do the same? When one elephant dies, can you see other elephants feeling sad and expressing emotions of sadness? Everyone's saying true. Dick, Hitoko, Morin, Kaluna. Okay, so true. So Yuki as well. Coffee made from elephant dung exists, right? I think, isn't that like one of the most expensive coffees in the world? There's some coffee. I can't remember which animal poops out the coffee. There's an animal that eats coffee beans and then they poop it out, and then that coffee is one of the most expensive coffees in the world. My Indonesian friends, Kaluna dear, I think it's an Indonesian coffee, I want to say. Please help me out. Okay, so number 6 is true. Yes. Okay, so elephants have been observed touching the bones of deceased elephants, staying near a dead elephant, and showing behaviors similar to mourning, demonstrating complex social and emotional intelligence. They shed tears too, right? When they're stressed, you can see little lines. The elephants that we saw in Tanzania did not have any of those markings at all. When we saw some in Botswana, I think it was Botswana, I can't remember where, but they had a lot of this where they just look stressed all the time. And yeah. So 7, An elephant's trunk, remember we said this thing? No, woo-hoo. An elephant's trunk has over 40,000 muscles. Too many, too few, just the right amount. What do you think? True or false? An elephant's trunk has over 40,000 muscles. A single cup can cost $50 or more. That's crazy. Yelena, have you ever tried it? I'm so curious what it tastes like. So Jack is saying that number 6 is true, or sorry, number 7 is true, that an elephant's trunk has over 40,000 muscles. Kalina's saying false. She doesn't think it's true. Hitoko says true. What else have you got for me? Anybody else want to take a guess? Civet coffee. Is that what it's called? Okay. Thank you, Yuki. Have you tried it? You're such a foodie. Has anybody ever tried civet coffee? True. You're going with true for number 7. Okay. Yes. So Fenrir is also going with true. Exactly. So true. It is true. This makes their trunk extremely strong and precise. They can uproot trees, drink water, and pick up tiny objects like peanuts using the same trunk. So it's just this highly skilled sort of muscular device. So civet coffee, called Kopi Luwak, is a rare and expensive type of coffee made from the civet animals. That's the one I think that's in Indonesia. So a civet, let me take a look and find a picture of a civet so we know what we're dealing with. At least I will know. I have no idea. Let me see. Civet, not covet. Civet. Civet. That's a cat. Oh, he's cute. Hold on. Let me find an image of him. So it seems that this little guy, he eats coffee beans, poops them out, and produces very expensive coffee. Anyway, the truth is stranger than fiction. So let's see, our very last one for today. Elephants use their tusks. So these things, they use their tusks to dig for water or minerals. What do you think? True or false? So 8 is true, okay. Anybody else want to guess? And we have 17 people here right now. So if all 17 of you could just like this video right now, that'd be so cool. All right, so 8 is true, okay, from Morin. You tried a Luwak coffee. Okay, I need to find, what is Luwak coffee? Do you know what that is? Luwak. Well, Luwak is civet coffee. It says that it's either called civet coffee or it's called Kopi, K-O-P-I, Luwak. So you have tried that, I think, Yelena. Was it good? You're the only one, I think, here who has tried it. Yeah, you have to let us know. So false, true, true. Okay, so it actually is true. Tusks are not just for fighting. They help elephants dig for underground water, for minerals, for roots, which are essential for survival. But elephants have to be careful because these tusks help to protect them. And so, oh, you're not, Colin, I thought you were from the Philippines. No way. Okay. Oh my gosh. I think that I've always thought that you're from Indonesia. I need to correct that. I am so sorry. Okay. Philippines. I'm so sorry, Colin. Okay. I have to write this down because it's always important to get, I'm always curious where everyone's from. Kaluna is Filipino. Filipino. Okay. All right. So yeah, it's very important for them to protect their tusks because they only grow once in their life. And so sometimes you will see elephants with broken ones or one missing, and they have to be careful because it can be really painful for them, or it can also be a situation where they are endangered because they cannot protect themselves as well. And also with their teeth, if I remember correctly, they have multiple sets of teeth that come in like we do. We have baby teeth and then we have our permanent teeth. I want to say they have 3. Maybe somebody knows this. I don't remember. But if they lose their teeth, which they do eventually, This is usually what ends up killing them. They live a specific amount of time, but they lose their teeth and then they can't eat properly. So it becomes a really not a nice thing. That's usually how elephants pass away, because they can't chew properly anymore because they lose their teeth. Sad. All right. So got vocabulary words for us before I share our video. We had a very cool encounter with an elephant, and I would like to share that with you. First, let's learn some vocab words, and let's see. I'm always doing the same thing here. Nope. Sorry. Remove from studio, and let's see. Why is this not doing this? Here we go. There we go. I'm in the right channel now. All right, let's see. Thank you for liking, Michaela. Super appreciate it. Very, very much appreciate it. All right, here we go. Vocab related to our elephant story. I didn't know that civet and luwak are the same. It seems that they are. At least ChatGPT is saying that civet coffee, often called kopi luwak. I don't know. So let us know. Tasty, super expensive. What do you think? Amarula, oh, I love that, is Donna Castle with poo. Okay, well, there's a drink with amarula too for humans. And yeah, if you can look it up, because I think the berry is called marula. I have to look this up. But the elephants and different animals, they eat a lot of this fermented fruit and they end up getting drunk. And there are videos of this on YouTube that I will spare you. But if you want to look it up, take a look. I'm going to make sure that I find the right name for the fruit. I think it's called marula. And amarula is a drink that, marula fruit, I've misspelled it. Let's see, marula fruit. Yeah, marula. I'll write it. And they eat these fruits. They're like this big and yellowy orange, kind of look like an apricot, I would say. Marula. And then they ferment. And they have a drink that everyone drinks when you go on safari. Yelena, you probably had it when you went on safari. So marula is the fruit. And yeah, I didn't know that civet. Okay, that was that. All right, so here we have vocabulary that is going to help us out tremendously with our story. So we have to spot something, to graze, to linger, vigilant, and to pose no threat. My husband got blended luwak from Indonesia. And what was it like? I'm so curious. A, to feed on grass or plants. B, to stay in a place longer than necessary. C, to see or notice something. D, watching carefully for danger or trouble. E, to be harmless and not dangerous. All right. So those are our definitions. We have at the top here, to spot something. Which one works best with number one, to spot something? What's another way to say to spot something? What can you tell me? To spot something. And hello to everyone who's here. I think we've had a couple of new people join us. We're talking about my safari in Tanzania. This is an English lesson for people who are I don't know if you can hear me. I am back. Okay. I think camera, MacBook, that's good. I don't know why it's not working. Can you hear me? I can't see myself. I don't know what's going on with that. Her connection is bad. Mine too, maybe bad internet. I guess I was disconnected. Can you hear me? Maybe you can give me here. Yes. Okay. We're making progress. Can hear you, but not see. All right. Let me try to figure something. To add myself to the screen. Hello. Can you see me? Yes, I can hear you, but it's black. Okay, hold on. So when I go here, I don't know what I just did. Remove. Okay, so this works. Let me see. Can you hear it? Saw you. Yeah, saw me for a brief second, right? Let's see if this is going to. Oh, okay. We're back. It looks good. I'm not touching anything. I am so sorry. Thank you for hanging in. I am sorry that the connection is so bad. It might be the construction. I am sorry. Here in CNL, welcome back. Thank you very much. You welcome back. Woo. All right. I think that we're doing on our vocab words. So I will try to pop those up again. Thank you for your understanding. All right. So here we go. We are on slide number 5. We have our vocab words related to elephants. What a relief. Yes, for all of us. So here we go. Let's see if this is going to work. Okay, so number 1, to spot something. I'm not sure. I don't think that yes, nobody had a chance to answer that. So what do you think works best with number 1, to spot something? What can you tell me? To spot something. And these are vocab words that we will then have in a story, and then I have a nice video for you with a beautiful elephant. To spot something. So Serena's saying C, who agrees? Yuki agrees with her. Anyone else? Natalia? Fenrir, I guess. Okay, so good. Let's see. 1 is C, to spot something, to see or notice something. You can spot something. So like, for example, with our story with the cheetahs, the little cheetah cubs, they spotted something and then they became very alert, very aware that something was going on. So they spotted something, they saw something. Number 2, what can you tell me for number 2? To graze, to graze. Number 2, to graze. So 2A, Dick is saying A, Kaluna's saying A, my friend in the Philippines. Now that I have that right, I cannot believe that I thought you were in Indonesia. I'm sorry about that. All right, number 2, everyone's saying A, absolutely, absolutely. To graze, A, to feed on grass or plants. So, and that's like a lot of like the antelope, all of like the herbivores, they graze, they just constantly sort of nibble at something. And yeah, to graze. Number 3, to linger. Number 1 was C, number 2 is A. What is number 3? To linger. So Dick says B, who agrees with Dick, to linger. And there's a word that was used, or it was a song by the Cranberries in the 90s for my older friends here. Yeah, why did you have to let it linger? If you know the Cranberries. Exactly. So B, everyone's saying B. Exactly. To linger is B, to stay in a place longer than necessary. So in the Cranberries song, why did you have to let it linger? Why did you have to keep it out there for so long? Why didn't you just put an end to it, kind of thing? All right, number 4, vigilant. So these are some pretty good vocabulary words here. Vigilant, vigilant. Number 4, Serena says, is D. Dick's got a D for me. Vigilant. And again, for those of you who struggle with a V sound in English, it looks kind of silly, but these teeth are going to go right here. Vigilant, vigilant. Feel a slight little vibration in your bottom lip. So vigilant, exactly. So everyone's saying D, exactly. So watching carefully for danger or trouble. So watching carefully. So vigilant. And not kind of giving up. And Yelena, absolutely right. We have number 5, to pose no threat is obviously E. You can't see anything. Oh, Gracie. That's strange. Can everybody see okay? Maybe, Gracie, if everyone can see, maybe hop out and hop back in. Maybe when I was spinning around in outer space that something happened. I don't know. You can see. Okay, so Gracie, maybe hop out, hop in if you don't mind. 5E, exactly. To pose no threat. So something can pose a threat. Lions pose a threat to prey, right? They are harmful. They are dangerous. And so to prey. Kaluna now. I see and hear. Okay, good. I can see. Okay, good, good, good. So Gracie, sweetie, hop out, hop in if you don't mind. Thank you. All right. So these are our vocabs, words to spot something, to graze, to linger, vigilant, to pose no threat. Now, yes. Okay, good. And here is our story, and then I will share with you the video that goes along with it. Virus is a threat to human race. It is. Maybe my computer has a virus. I don't know. No, I don't put that into the universe. Okay, so let's see. So here's our story using the vocab words we just had. We set out to see if we could find a herd of elephants that had been spotted earlier. Soon, we came upon them grazing in single file, calmly making their way through the tall grasses. The herd included a few youngsters, while a young male lingered behind, keeping a vigilant watch over us as if guarding his family. He pretended to nibble on the grass, yet his sharp eyes never left us, giving the rest of the herd time to move slowly out of sight. After several tense minutes, once he judged we posed no threat, he finally turned and rejoined the herd, moving off with quiet confidence. So, how much of the story did you understand? Let me know. You can tell me anything that you would like to about the story. Ask questions. Yeah. So 0%, oh my gosh, we really need to go through this story. Or 100%, it's all good. No problem. What can you tell me? Which percentage? And for those of you who are new, I will pop up my little banner here, maybe. I have to move myself to the side. If you don't already follow my account, you can find me here. I'm here every Wednesday offering you a lesson, a full English lesson, vocabulary, idioms, stories, as you see today, and lots of different stuff. So if you want to practice your English, we have a wonderful community here. And it's just, yeah, it's a great place to be able to learn something. I'm not a very good salesperson for myself. Anyway, all right. So, okay, 100%. All right, Dick, 60, 70, 80, 66, 70. Okay, let's go through this story. Okay. Questions. Are there things that you didn't? Yeah. What questions do you have about this story? Were there specific words or it was just kind of long? Maybe you can let me know. Otherwise, I will read it again, or let's go through it a little bit. Every time when you start reading your story, YouTube disturbs with putting CM. What is CM? That's strange. So every time I start reading a story, YouTube disturbs with putting CM. Please, Yuki, let me know what that is. That's so strange. So 70%. Okay, so this is a little bit lower than average. Then let's kind of go through it. So, and Yuki, please let me know what you mean. Commercial. Ah, wait, you get a commercial? You get a commercial during the live stream? For the first time appear advertising during live stream. Why it happens, I have no idea. That is good to know. Okay. Oh, that's really annoying. That's super strange. And it's every time I read a story. That's really weird. Okay, then I need to set something so that it doesn't do that. Okay. That's annoying. So yeah, same for you. Okay. All right. Then I will need to check that and see, because nobody wants that. So then you miss half the story. Do I understand that correctly? Or and it's only when I read a story. CM commercials, I guess in this case, Yiki is saying that's for advertisements. Okay. So it's only when I read stories. That's really weird. Okay. Very weird. Okay. Sorry about that. I'll play around with that, and hopefully we won't have that next week. And so, yeah. Or if that is added, maybe there's a way to know we got a little bit of a commercial break so everyone can go to the bathroom. Maybe that's an option. And how long are, and so everyone's saying yes to the advertising. Okay. And how long are the advertisements, would you say? And was that yesterday as well in the quiz, out of curiosity? Are they a minute? Are they 10 seconds? Is it 3 seconds? What can you tell me? A few seconds. Okay, well, that's annoying. So you missed the story, you missed the first couple of seconds. It didn't happen to me, but every time I start watching your live, it starts with a commercial. That's normal because I've been monetized. So, and today, when I use this streaming service, I have a right now to click on commercials. So this time I clicked on it, but I thought that that would add commercials once there's a replay and not during the live stream. So that's not so cool. I think like if we were to have a commercial like in the middle, then it would give people a chance to go to the bathroom maybe. And if we had a warning, we need a warning for this as well, because it's not good for you, it's not good for me. So I will turn that off until I can figure out how to use something like that properly. 10 to 15 seconds. Okay, that's not good. Okay, that probably is going to happen again. Hang in there. It won't happen next week. I will turn that setting off because that's not what I thought. I thought it would be at the end once it's a replay, and I think that's kind of fair game. Okay, so then you missed the story from the beginning. Let's go through it. Commercial usually takes 10 out of 30 seconds. Okay, thank you guys for hanging in here because that's really annoying. All right. Until I can get that under control, that won't happen next week. I will try to figure out a different way. And I'm surprised that that didn't happen yesterday in our quiz because I used the same setting. And I think I used the setting last week as well. It wasn't like this until last month, but I am suffered from it recently. So even this is not the first time that you've had commercials during your live stream. Okay, that's surprising. All right, I will have to investigate this. And this is something that I don't understand completely. Yes, I see commercials too. But this is the first week, right? But it's okay for me a few seconds, at least it helps in monetizing. That is true. It does help in monetizing. The last 3 streamings. Aha. Okay, y'all, please let me know these things because I will try to find a setting where it can be maybe even timed, where we say, okay, everyone who needs like a little, grab something or whatever, I emit it immediately. Okay, I agree with Kaluna. Okay. So Costa Cruz just now. Well, maybe they want you to go on a cruise. I always get things for elderly people. I don't know what it's trying to tell me. It's always like, oh, do you have muscle aches? You can't remember anything, or you need to do the Tai Chi walking and you can lose weight. So it's always like shaming me, the commercials I get. Just started for 5 seconds, then able to start. Okay, but that's annoying. And if I don't know, then that's not good too, because if we were to know, okay, 45 minutes in, we have a little bit of a break, I think everyone would handle that, I would guess. Like 5 seconds, who cares, right? But on the other side, if this is happening frequently, that's just annoying. That would drive me crazy. Thank you very much for letting me know this, and I will try to figure out a solution. You got this, Jen. Thank you, Kaluna, darling. But I have the option to skip it. Okay, good. But still, you're missing the story, so that's really annoying. Let me go back. we'll read the story again. I'll go through the story a little bit slower. And let's see if it's going to go to another commercial. But for me, it's thank you. Commercials help in monetizing. It's true, but I don't want to annoy you. And I don't want you to miss content. So for me, it's both of those things where if it's eating into our story, then or our content, then that's not cool. I want you to be here and being able, or if we can say, okay, there's going to be one break. We've got 3 seconds, and then I'll see you in 3 seconds. If I can give us a heads up, and it's sort of planned, I think that's better than it just randomly happens and I have no idea when that's going to happen. And then we're stuck with, not everybody being on board. I thought YouTube was trying to make us, make us pay. Oh, no, I hope not. No, I don't want that. All right, so let's go back to our story. Let's see if YouTube is going to kick in some commercials. I hope not. Let's see. We set out to see if we could find a herd of elephants that had been spotted earlier. Soon we came upon them grazing in single file, calmly making their way through the tall grasses. The herd included a few youngsters, while a young male lingered behind, keeping a vigilant watch over us as if guarding his family. He pretended to nibble on the grass, yet his sharp eyes never left us, giving the rest of the herd time to move safely out of sight. After several tense minutes, once he judged we posed no threat, he finally turned and rejoined the herd, moving off with quiet confidence. So hopefully there was not a commercial, and hopefully now you can tell me how much you understood. 0%, 100%. You're going to take over my role because you just understand everything. That's what I hope. So what can you tell me? How much of the story did you understand? And hopefully you're not in the middle of a commercial right now. Ay. So 70. Okay, so still 70. All right, no stress. So just to kind of like to put it into other words, not a story. We heard, so usually when you go on a game drive, you start out and you're kind of like, okay, well, some elephants were spotted over here. There were some cheetah over there. What do we want to go and try to find and see? Because it is the wild. So animals move and they don't have a fence. So sometimes you see these things and sometimes you don't. And they all communicate with each other. All of the guides, the rangers, they communicate with each other to try to make sure that you know kind of the area where maybe some animals are. So we went and we looked for the herd. We found the herd of elephants, the grouping of elephants. And okay, so everyone's pretty low still. Okay, no stress. And then what we did, we saw this huge group, this huge herd of elephants, and they kind of got spooked when they saw us. And so they kind of moved on. They were already going in this direction. And then there was one bull. So a male elephant is called a bull. And he stayed behind. And we just stood there and he looked at us and he kept his eyes on us the entire time. And he sat there and he nibbled on grass, kind of ate little bits of grass. He nibbled on it, but he would eat it and then he would spit it out. So we knew he was trying to bluff us. He was trying to fool us. So he was eating and looking at us and just kind of like walking a little bit, walking in front of us, kind of like, what do you people want? Are you going to try to like, cause any danger here? Because you'll have me to contend with. And so he was just doing this, and he did this for probably 2 minutes where he just watched us and had us in check. And then he kind of at some point realized we were not there to cause any harm to him and to his herd. So he turned around and he headed off with the herd. That's the story. And I will show you now the video of our little elephant. Oh, hold on. Oh, I don't have the elephant. Let me see if I have that. Let me see if I have it on my phone. The bull was being vigilant. Absolutely. It was so beautiful. Oh, wait, here it is. Okay, here is this bull. You can see he's looking at us. He's like looking at us, and the eyes in our eyes. I'm not letting go. I'm trying to see what time. I just don't want it to be. There we go. So he would eat some grass. He would use his trunk to rip the grass out and pretend that he's eating, all the while keeping his eye on us. It's kind of like, yeah, what are you people up to? Chewing, chewing, chewing. And then at some point he realized we were not there to cause any harm. And he just kind of walked past us and he just went away. And that was it. He was staring at the humans. Exactly. Exactly. So we will move on to another animal. Let's see. And these are some animals that we really love. So there are birds that you can find. And Yelena, maybe you saw them too. Wow, that's a really nice experience to see them. Yes, so amazing. And Yelena, maybe when you were on safari, you saw some of these nests from weaver birds. There are these birds and they build these incredible nests. We talked about them a little bit yesterday in our quiz, and we love them. The nests they create are so incredible. They're amazing. And they all have kind of like whichever type of weaver bird, and weaving is when you have something and you weave it together, not knitting where you have two sticks, but weaving is more like a basket. A basket is woven. Do you know if this was a male? This was a male, and the male bulls usually will stand back and they try before they get kicked out. So this was a male bull trying, a young one, trying to show I can defend us. This is not a problem. So yeah, it was interesting to see. And the weaver birds, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Oops. I have a picture here with their nest. Let's see. Come on, let's go. Oh, there was an issue with your file. I have to try again. Okay, let me try. Oh, let's see. Number 6. And the Maasai Mara Rangers often drive off-road and to approach the animals closer. And that I love. Yelena, I'm so happy you had that experience because we had the experience where we were in the Serengeti and you had to stay on the road, and it's so boring because you see an animal very, very far away. So we were like, we don't want to do that anymore. We want to only do the off-road excursion. So I'm super happy you did it right. It's more expensive to do it that way, but it's worth the money, 100% worth the money. It's like being in a zoo or being literally on safari. Going off-road is amazing. Let's see if this is going to work now. I'm not sure what is happening. Somehow it's saying that there's a problem with my slide. Let me try again. I don't know what's wrong with this. It should be just fine. I hope that y'all can see me okay. Maybe there's something with my internet again. And is this going to work? Nope, not going to work. Okay, then I will just show you a video of the weaver birds. And okay, I took the vocab words. Intricate, which we've had before. So if something is very, very detailed, it's intricate. A species is the type of animal, like the animal, the human species. Twigs are light little branches. We had that word yesterday where the weaver birds, they build nest on little twigs. I think only Maasai Safari can get you close to animals. Yeah. And then mate. To mate with animals is when animals, they reproduce other animals. So we won't have our slide. I hope that this is not going to be going on for the entire time. I will read the story and show you a video of the weaver birds. We like a lot these little tiny animals that, are little things, not just the lions and that kind of thing, and elephants. We like to see everything. So I remember some researcher from UN drove off on the road and saw a couple of elephants, and they stopped the car. It was around 100 meters distance of the group of elephants. But suddenly, okay, we have a cliffhanger, but suddenly, all right, so here's my story. I'll read it slowly, especially since we didn't have like a proper way of going through the vocab. Here it is. Peter and I have always loved watching the different weaver birds. These birds build amazing, intricately woven nests using grass, leaves, and twigs. Many weaver species live in large colonies, building their nests close together in trees, creating a weaver village. In most species, the males are the architects. They build the nest to attract females, and a well-made nest increases a male's chances of finding a mate. The nests are designed with a small tube-like entrance at the bottom, keeping the eggs safe inside. While the male weaves, females fly by to inspect his work, almost as if approving it or letting him know he won't mate with her if he doesn't do a good job. How was the story this time? I hope there was no commercial. And Dick, you've left us with a cliffhanger. We want to know what happened. So yeah, what can you tell me? How much did you understand? Dick, please let us know the ending of your story. So yeah, I hope this was okay. I think the words should have been pretty okay. And I hope I read it slow enough that it was fine. And while you're answering that question, then I will pop up our video. And just to keep you, there was no. Again, are you kidding me? How does it know that I'm reading a story? Seriously, that's so annoying. Cliffhanger. So yes, we have a cliffhanger story from Derek. Okay, dang it. All right, I'm going to read the story again. If it pops in a commercial, I'm going to freak. Let's see. All right, so Peter and I have always loved watching different weaver birds because there's all kinds of species. There are also different types of weaver birds. So some build really big nests, some little tiny ones, some long ones. It's amazing. So these birds build amazing, intricately woven nests using grass, leaves, and twigs. Many weaver species live in large colonies, building their nest close together in trees, creating a weaver village. In most species, the males are the architects. They build the nest to attract females, and well-made nests increase a male's chance of finding a mate. The nests are designed at the bottom with like this long tube sort of thing, an entrance, and that helps to keep the eggs safe because the weaver birds can fly into the nest, but nothing can access it from around. While males weave, so males are the ones who are the architects, they build the nest and they weave it and everything, and the females, they fly by and they're kind of like, if you want to mate with me, you need to build a better home. So they never pop up during the story. It never popped up. Okay, so for you, not for Yuki, yes. So the males have to get the nest right or the female will not mate with him. So you can see her fluttering around and kind of going like, or like, you're gonna be able to mate with me if you get this because it's looking pretty good. You're building a nice home for us. So that's kind of the story with the weaver birds. And yeah, let's see. So here are our little weaver birds. The yellow guys are the males. Often in the animal kingdom, the male birds are infinitely better. I will come a little bit closer so maybe you can see it a little bit better. And it was so super, super cool. We saw two male weaver birds. One just had a ring at the bottom of the hanging from the twig. And then the other one started from scratch. We saw him with his very first little straw. So they would go down under here. So down at the bottom down here. So down at the bottom, there was a little sort of river or a little creek kind of thing. There was some water down here. And there were all these plants that had reeds that grew out of it, sort of a strong kind of grass, but long. And they would go and they would slice it. And then they would take it with their beak, and then they would like take it and weave it into this thing. And so we sat there for probably like an hour and a half and just watched this circle becomes rounder and rounder and rounder. And he would fly away and go get another one and then come back with this long strand of reed. You saw them too. I love them. I love them. A nest for a house, lovely husband and wife. Exactly. He needs to provide the right kind of home for her. Otherwise, she's like, nah, not happening. A real hammock. Yes. So a bird-made hammock in a way. And then you see, like I said, the females come around and she would inspect it. So we loved them. It was so incredible to watch this from scratch, to see one with a circle and it getting bigger. And then one that came in, he had his very first little strand of reed and he was just started and see them. And then we came back later on and then in 2 days to see how far they had gotten. It was really a magical thing to watch for a long period of time. But moving on, let's see. We have, hopefully, so a question about giraffes. How much do you know about giraffes? What can you tell me? How much do you know about giraffes? Let's do 2 minutes of brainstorming about giraffes. And I'm going to see if Peter is back online because I need him to send me the video of the Maasai because we will talk about the Maasai. So what do you know about giraffes? Let's do a 2 minute brainstorming session. And let's see. Start. What do you know about giraffes? I hope you're not in a commercial because everything's kind of stopped. So hopefully that's not happened. Giraffes, the guys with the long necks. I wonder if it's the same word in your language. In German, it's Giraffen. I think giraffes are herbivores, absolutely. Vegetarians, absolutely. Anything else that you know about them? Tall animals, absolutely, Hugo. Welcome to our lesson. They are also herbivores, exactly. Good use of that word. So Yelena and Kaluna, absolutely. They have long necks, and if it rains, they stay under the rain. In Italian, we call them giraffes. So you call them giraffes as well. Yeah, in German also Giraffen, just a different pronunciation. They stay in groups, maybe. Okay. Which is actually leads us perfectly to our next point, which I hope my slide is going to work. So let's see if this is going to work now. And let's see, trivia question. I have a trivia question for you about the grouping of giraffes. And let's see, hopefully this is going to be fine. And anything that you can tell me about giraffes. Giraffes have long necks that help them to eat leaves from the treetops. Absolutely, they have spots too. It has nice fur. Yeah, it looks cool, right? So Fred, welcome to our lesson. Antennas. Do you mean like antennae? They have horns. These are horns. Oops. I didn't mean to do that, but okay, that was kind of fun. They sleep standing up. Okay. All right, cool. So let's see. Anybody else have anything that they want to add to our brainstorming about giraffes? We have a trivia question. Then I have also some more questions for you, true or false questions. And then I have a nice little video for you that was a very cool experience to see. So our trivia question is as follows. When a group of giraffes is standing together, so just standing, it's called a tower of giraffes. But what's the group called when they walk together? So when they're all walking together, what is that called? Is it called a parade of giraffes, a journey of giraffes, a trail of giraffes, or a march of giraffes? What do you think? A, B, C, or D? A fun little trivia question. So Kaluna's guessing C, a trail of giraffes. All right. What other guesses have we got? What can you tell me? Any guesses? So Natalia says a parade. Okay, I think all of these kind of work somehow. They all kind of are logical. So Serena's going with A. Let me see if Peter has sent us our video because he wanted to do that. Otherwise, I will have to share it with you in a story. So everyone's going with, or a lot of people are going with A. Let's say we have A or we have C as a guess, so a parade or a trail. And the correct answer is actually B. It's called a journey, like on a trip or a journey of giraffes. So standing, towers, walking along, it's a journey of giraffes. I thought that's kind of fun. I love all of these groupings. I've been thinking about doing a reel about them because I find it funny. A lot of them are so fitting. So, or D. So the answer, the correct answer is B, a journey of giraffes. But I think all of these kind of work somehow. Let's move into some vocab real quick, and then I have a story for you. Let's see, 9. Oh, no, hold on, sorry. True or false, let's learn some stuff about giraffes. Okay, and this is giraffes doing something called necking, okay? Giraffes experience with necking. So maybe, Yelena, you can tell me if you also experienced this. I don't know why this, Okay, I was wrong anyway. No stress. Funny. I think all of them kind of are funny and fitting. All right, so here is true or false questions for us about giraffes necking. There's a thing that they do called necking. And so number 1, necking is when male giraffes swing their necks and hit each other. Is this true or false? What do you think? True or false? Parade seems like they're modeling, right? Totally. They're little catwalks with their long legs. Exactly. So true or false? What do you think? So Yelena's saying true. Who agrees with Yelena? This is what male giraffes do when they want to beat each other up. What do you think? So Yelena, you are correct. It's true, Ries Kaluna. So necking is a form of combat. So it's like them fight when they fight, where males swing their necks and strike each other with their heads. So they hit each other with their necks and with their heads. They try to hit them with these things that are not antennae, they're actually horns. Kind of looks like antennae though. Such a wonderful image, right? It's like, hello. All right, number 2, necking is only a way for giraffes to play. True or false? This is kind of not logical because we kind of answered that already, I would guess. So Margarita's saying true. Necking is only a way for giraffes to play. False. Exactly. It's false. While young males sometimes playfully practice, adult fights are serious contests for dominance and access to females. Like everything is about mating in the animal kingdom, it seems. So yeah, there we go. Then we have number 3, and I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce these things. Let's kind of work on this together. Ossicones, horn-like structures. Let's see. Add weight and force to the strikes, making each blow. Male giraffes use their ossicones, these guys here, their antennae, to add weight to their strikes. I think giraffe is the fashionista of the animal world. I love the design. Yes, they are. There's this long, strange, kind of awkward looking creature, but the way they move is like, Okay, I will stop the acting. It's horrible. So what do we think for number 3? Male giraffes use their horns, their ossicones, to add weight to their strikes. True, true, true. Exactly. They absolutely use these. They're trying to get their necks in there as hard as possible. They even like have their butts together so that they can't kick each other. So it's really cool. I had never seen this before. So I have a video of it. It's very, very cool. So let's see. Necking contests typically last around 5 minutes. True or false? What can you tell me? Necking contests typically last around 5 minutes. What do you think? Is that true or false? How long do they last? What do you think? So I think Yuki, you're the first one with true. I'm not sure. Kaluna, false. Any other guesses? True. Okay. So the answer is actually false. These contests can last a few minutes or they can last a half an hour. But often the way that they work is they fight each other, they hit each other with their necks and try to see who is the stronger giraffe so that they can, hold on, mate. I didn't want to give the answer away. So that they can mate then with the female, and they stop for a while, they regain their strength, kind of like a boxer goes into the corner to like take a break, and then they come back and they're back at it. So this can go on for a long time, but yeah. Michaela, I've got to go. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. See you, dear. I know this is extremely long. I'm sorry about that. I got over, like, I don't know. I went overboard. All right. So yes. And then last but not least, number 5, winning a necking fight guarantees immediate mating with a female, because all of this is about mating. It's all to see who's the stronger giraffe and therefore the one who gets to mate with the female giraffe. So what do you think? And I'm going to get our video up. And you can tell me. True. Okay. So do they immediately get to mate or not? So the answer is actually false. So after this entire fighting match where they challenge each other, it's not certain that he will get to mate with a female, because she has to be in heat. She has to be at the time in her cycle where she is available to mate. And so sometimes he will just hang out with her until that happens. So it's not even like he gets to mate right away. So it's actually false. He will be the first one to be able to do this, but yeah. All right, let me pull myself into a bigger screen here so that I can show you these giraffes necking. I had never seen this before, and it is so cool. They almost look drunk. Okay, I don't know if this is the best one. Hold on, because I think you see this. So this was happening when we saw these giraffe hitting each other with their necks. There was this guy on the other side, this cheetah. So we were not quite sure. Should we watch the giraffe necking or should we watch the cheetah? So that's what Peter was showing. Okay, let me find the beginning here, because you can see them really going for it, just like banging each other as hard as they can with their necks and just wrapping it around. It's so crazy how flexible that is. Okay, so yeah, pretty intense, I would say. That was the experience. I don't know. We've been going live now for an hour and 55 minutes. I don't know if everyone is over this live stream or if you would want to cover the Maasai. Commercial again. I swear to you. Okay, sorry. So Yuki, you're the one who is usually the most tired because you're the farthest away. Again, a commercial. Should I show the video again? Would you like to see it? And I've lost a lot of people. I have one more section to cover, the Maasai people, the people who live in this area. But if you are too tired for that, then maybe I'll just try to add that to a story. Let me get a little bit of a thumbs up. Who's still here? Everyone's kind of fallen away. I don't know if my internet went out. I'm not quite sure what happened. Again, commercials. Aye. Maybe this time you're not able. Okay, I have to set that. So if elephants have strong trunks, giraffes have strong necks. Absolutely, that's a good comparison. Show me again, absolutely. I will show you, no problem. Let me find it. And this is the whole video because it gives you a sense of what the situation was like. Because you could see the elephants, the giraffes necking on one side, and then you see the leopard like looking around, like sort of seeing if they want to hunt or not. So I think it's fun to see this. Just the wild, you just never know what you're going to come across. So here they are banging each other, trying to see who's the strongest male to be able to mate. And then Peter pans out, and we see in a minute, just like literally on the other side of our car, a little leopard sitting there. Cheetah. Just right there. It's so crazy going on safari. So sometimes you have moments that are so spectacular, you can't believe them. And then you have these moments where there's just nothing going on. So that was that with the giraffes necking. We had never seen that. I kind of wish we had stayed there and watched that for a while longer because it was just so fascinating. You have to leave. Gracie has to leave. We maybe get a sign of who would like me to do this last section on the Maasai. It's okay. And if not, then maybe Peter's actually trying to send me a video right now. It's not working. Maybe it's a sign just to say goodbye. Have you seen giraffes and gallop? Yes. And that was the other thing I wanted to share with you, but I don't think that I have that with it. So because the story that I wanted to explain to you was so incredible. On a different safari game drive, we were in our car heading back to our lodge because you have to be back at the lodge after a certain time. You can't really be out in the middle of the night. It's too dangerous. So you try to get back shortly after sunset. And we were driving and we were in this old dried up water, like sort of the bank of the water. And it was a little bit moist still a little bit. And there was giraffe, the sun was setting. And then in front of the sunset, there was this journey of giraffes, so giraffes walking, and usually they're not in very big groups. They're kind of like maybe 5, something like that, but this was like 50, and they were all walking in a single file line against the sunset and kind of galloping, kind of going to the next place that they were going. And we were in our safari Jeep, and you could hear like the sound of our tires on this wet, packed sand, and then you could hear the giraffe pressing down and making their sound. And it was so beautiful. And I unfortunately do not have a video. I'm still okay, but I think most classmates have to leave. I think so too. So I wanted to send us, okay, thank you. I'm not sure. So I will try to post that if I can find the video of that. And also the Maasai dancing and singing. 5 days is a long wait for the next class. You always have interactive lessons. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. As a reminder, next week we will go live. I will do a live stream with Mike. So that will be earlier. It will be the movie, The Fifth Element. Long time ago, old classic movie. Now I guess it's classic now, but with Bruce Willis and Mila Jovovich or so, Mihailovich, something like that, and really cool sci-fi movie. So if you've not seen it, I will write it in the comments. It's a cool one. It's a very cool sci-fi. The Fifth Element. The Fifth Element. I'm sorry this lesson went so long. I just kind of got carried away. Okay, The Fifth Element. This is the movie I will talk about with Mike next week. And I will do not a quiz for that, most likely, because we will move houses, hopefully no construction. And then on Wednesday, though, I will do something based on the topics that are in that movie, not specifically that movie. So no worries. Thank you, Margarita. Thank you, Lorena. And Kaluna, Lorena, I saw your comments. You're like, I'm here, but I can't write. I really love your lesson. This is the most fun time of the week. Thank you, Yuki. What, is it working now? Do you have the journey? Can I share the journey real quick? Actually, you know what? I will post them in my stories. I'm so sorry that you've had 500 commercials. I will try to figure that out. Thank you, Natalia. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Alessio, and we had Fernan, I think, I don't know your name. Mohammed was here. We had lots of people here today. Thank you to everyone who joined and who hung out with me for 2 hours and 1 minute. in 1 minute. Greetings to Peter. He's waving his hand in the background. Yes. So your class is therapy. Oh, Kaluna. Y'all are therapy for me. It's always so much fun to be able to share things with each other. So thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye, Dick, dear. Wonderful that you were able to join. Maybe, Dick, you can write the ending of your story in the comments when this is saved. I think everybody wants to know how your story ended with the elephants and the UN people and it being 100. Hi to Peter. Yuki, he just went downstairs, so I will tell him later. Ciao, grazie. Ciao a tutti. So take care. Bye.